If life throws you a curveball, then you accept it and you throw it back straight. You continue to move forward. You don't let anything stop you from getting where you need to go.
Across America takes learning outside of a classroom. For a lot of these kids, they're taught that learning takes place from 7 to 3 whenever they're in a classroom with books, and this not only exposes them to a plethora of experiences and shows them parts of the country that they may not have the opportunity to see otherwise, but it also shows them that learning is not something that you do for a certain period of time in a certain place. It takes place everywhere, all of the time. Wisdom Across America has taken students to Farms for City Kids in Vermont and Colonial Jamestown, along with the Grand Canyon, the Rocky Mountains, and this upcoming Colorado trip.
My husband and I have had them now for 5 years. They're my niece's children's, and they was removed from her custody for neglect and abuse. But these children's, they didn't allow that to take away their joy.
I want to discover what if they have bears and if they have polar bears in Colorado, and I want to see how much snow is in Colorado. I haven't seen snow before.
Tyrese, now that one, he's a handful. He's smart as a little whippersnapper. He wants to know how far Jackson is from Colorado. He wants to know this. He wants to know that. He wants to know how to ski. He wants to know everything. He is just full of learning. That's all he wanted. He wants to learn. And I think the trip is going to be such a learning experience for him.
I'm going to learn how to ski, and I'm going to learn how not to fall off the skiing board.
Tamisha, she loves helping others. She always doing whatever she can to help.
Why is traveling important to you?
Because seeing the same thing over and over again gets kind of tiring, and I just want to see something new every now and then. It'll increase my knowledge of the area and the kind of people that live there. It'll be a new experience for me.
Once you've learned something, it can't be taken away.
And Trayvon is the quiet type of boy. He's just a little sweet, humble person.
My name is Trayvon. I'm 10 years old.
Have you ever had the opportunity to travel outside of Mississippi?
Yes.
You have? Okay, so how was that experience for you? Did you like traveling?
Yes, sir.
Now, why did you like to travel? What was it about traveling that you enjoyed?
I love learning all of it. Sometimes learning is a little bit hard, but when I went on the trip, it was fun and easy.
These trips incorporate teamwork and, physical exercise, healthy living, and they're designed to reinforce what they're learning in the classroom.
When on the trip, I knew more about it. So when in reading class or science class, if they asked us a question, I can answer it.
Their television in their room stayed off for months. That doesn't happen in my house. I used to wonder if there was a TV in there anymore. But all they do is sit in there and talk and read books now. It's such a joy to see them now and the things that they've learned since they've been at Camp Wisdom.
My name is Tiffany Porter. I'm 15 years old. I go to Jim Hill High School and I live in Jackson, Mississippi.
She is really a very, very good motivator for other children. And I would say she's a very good leader.
How do you feel about traveling? Why is it important to you?
It gives me a new opportunity to see the world outside of Mississippi and just all kinds of new opportunities and ideas. I don't want my ideas to be restricted to what I've seen in Mississippi. I want to know what's out there. It broadens my view of the world, and it also gives me something to write about. I love to write, and every new experience is something new that I can put into my journal.
Travel is important because it takes learning out of a classroom. It exposes you to experiences and people and places that, you may not even know exist. And for these kids, that is critical.
Everything about Camp Wisdom is a learning experience, not only for them, but for me as well. I have seen such a big turnaround in them. That's all they talk about is Camp Wisdom.
Colorado is a far place away from Jackson, Mississippi.